A profound and compelling message has emerged from Father Michel Rodrigue, one that demands both our attention and action. In a world gripped by uncertainty, it unveils a truth destined to shake the very foundations of our spiritual lives. The warning, an imminent divine event, is not years away as many may have presumed, but is set to unfold within mere months. This is a clarion call for believers to awaken and prepare spiritually. For the time of preparation is now upon us. This transformative moment will occur amidst a critical crisis within the Church itself, striking at the heart of the Blessed Sacrament, the sacred embodiment of Christ's ultimate sacrifice. Father Michel underscores that the threat to the Eucharist is no isolated incident. Rather, it is symptomatic of a far-reaching and profound crisis enveloping the Church. This impending peril is intrinsically tied to internal developments, particularly the forthcoming synod, which could usher in controversial and potentially destabilizing reforms. Yet, these unsettling changes will precede an even greater spiritual awakening, the illumination of consciences. This event will be an extraordinary and undeniable intervention by God, where every soul on earth, believer or non-believer alike, will see their innermost self as God sees it. This supernatural revelation will lay bare hidden sins, errors, and the true consequences of one's actions, compelling humanity into an uncomfortable yet essential confrontation with truth. It will be a moment of reckoning, forcing each individual to face the reality of their spiritual condition. Father Michel emphasizes that this illumination of consciences will coincide with the gravest desecration of the Eucharist, marking a pivotal turning point in humanity's spiritual journey. This moment of clarity will catalyze a profound divine intervention, offering an unparalleled opportunity for repentance, forgiveness, and spiritual renewal. For the faithful, this warning serves as both a challenge and an extraordinary gift. It is a summons to remain vigilant, to pursue spiritual regeneration, and to stand ready to embrace this decisive moment with faith and humility. Prayer, especially the intercessory prayers of mothers for their children, will emerge as a vital conduit of grace during this time. Father Michael reveals that the grace bestowed during this illumination will be a singular blessing, granting individuals, particularly the young, the chance to return to the faith with renewed zeal and commitment. This message is not one of despair, but of urgency and hope. It calls us to deepen our spiritual preparedness and strengthen our relationship with God. As this divine warning approaches, let us take pause to reflect on our spiritual lives, fortify ourselves through prayer, and resolve to live with rekindled faith, hope, and love. The indispensable role of Mary's intercession and the spiritual awakening ahead. Mary's intercession stands as a beacon of hope and grace in these turbulent times, especially as we brace for the possibility of a monumental spiritual awakening. Her maternal love and guidance will serve as a compass, leading the younger generation back to the path of authentic faith. As this generation drifts further from the Church, her powerful intercession will draw many back with newfound fervour and openness. The bittersweet promise of this illumination, a profound spiritual awakening, lies in its capacity to serve as a catalyst for conversion, even amid deep anguish. For it is often in the crucible of suffering that the most profound spiritual transformations are forged. As the prophesied events draw nearer, a palpable sense of urgency fills the hearts of the faithful. Many are turning to prayer, penance, and acts of contrition, acutely aware that time is fleeting. The pressure to reconcile with God and seek His mercy intensifies as the day of enlightenment looms. Father Michel Rodrigue and other spiritual leaders have stressed that this illumination will follow a monumental sacrilege, the desecration of the Eucharist, an act that will herald the global awakening of consciences. On that fateful day, every soul, regardless of belief or background, will be confronted with the unvarnished truth of their deeds. A radiant spiritual light will pierce every heart, revealing the full extent of their sins and the chasm separating them from God. The realization of spiritual estrangement will unleash waves of anguish, with cries of sorrow and regret echoing across the world. This intense moment will serve as a universal summons to reflection, urging humanity to seek redemption and reconciliation. In the aftermath of this profound event, a tidal wave of repentance will sweep across the globe. Those who had abandoned the faith will flood into churches, seeking solace, forgiveness, and a renewed dedication to God. Empty pews will brim with souls yearning to restore their relationship with the divine. The desecrated Eucharist, once dishonored, will be restored to its rightful place at the heart of Catholic devotion. Each Mass will become a celebration not only of Christ's sacrifice, but also of God's boundless gift of redemption and mercy. Among the most beautiful fruits of this spiritual revival will be the transformation of the younger generation. Many young people, once skeptical, cynical, or indifferent to matters of faith, will be touched by the grace of this illumination. They will no longer turn away from the mysteries of religion, but will approach the faith with open hearts, eager to embrace the depths of God's love. Mothers who have tirelessly prayed and sacrificed for their children will witness the fulfillment of their hopes as their sons and daughters return to the faith through God's grace. Yet, while this enlightenment will spark an extraordinary spiritual awakening, it will not come without trials. Not everyone will accept the new spiritual reality unfolding before them. Many will resist change, clinging to their old ways and unable to relinquish sinful patterns. This resistance will breed tension and conflict, fracturing families and societies alike. The world will teeter on a fragile balance, caught between the forces of salvation and destruction, as the battle between light and darkness reaches its zenith. Prophecies like those of Garabandal foretell a time of immense adversity, but also great promise. Those who heed the warnings and prepare themselves spiritually will be equipped to face the challenges ahead. The illumination, though painful, will usher in an extraordinary spiritual rebirth, a revitalization of faith, and a renewed commitment to God's will. Through prayer, penance, and sincere devotion, we will be fortified to endure the trials to come, confident in the knowledge that God's mercy and grace will guide us. As we steel ourselves for the days ahead, it is imperative that we remain steadfast in faith, anchored in prayer, and devoted to God's will. The intercession of the Virgin Mary will be our greatest source of strength, guiding us toward the Church and the path to salvation. Let us unite in prayer, offering our hearts to God and trusting in His divine plan, assured that whatever trials we face, His love will illuminate the way forward. A new spiritual awakening, confronting challenges and embracing divine mercy. Amid the storms of life, a steadfast beacon shines through the Church. Though trials may test your resolve, though inner turmoil and profound crises loom large, you are destined to rise as an unshakable pillar of strength and sanctuary for all who yearn for truth, peace, and spiritual clarity. In these turbulent times, Father Michel Rodriguez stands firm, guiding, with prophetic insight and unyielding faith. With every prayer offered and instruction shared, he labors tirelessly to lead countless souls towards salvation. Each act of repentance, each step back to God, becomes not just a triumph over sin, but a radiant testament to his boundless love and mercy. As days unfold into months, the faithful will begin to see the harvest of their prayers and sacrifices. Believers will find themselves fortified, united in purpose, while new conversions ignite waves of hope and harmony across communities. Families once fractured by discord will rediscover unity, anchored by the timeless principles of faith. Obstacles will remain, yet a renewed sense of direction will sweep across the globe, steering humanity toward the light of divine truth. What may feel like insurmountable suffering will ultimately reveal itself as an extraordinary gift, a divine act of mercy ushering in a fresh start for humanity's spiritual journey. The words once spoken by Father Michel, which seemed distant and enigmatic, will now echo deeply within hearts, transforming minds and awakening spirits. Humanity will undergo a metamorphosis so profound that few could have foreseen it. This transformation is not an endpoint, but a threshold, a shift from mere survival to living. Fully, richly, and spiritually aligned lives, enlightened by revealed truths, the world will no longer settle for existing. It will strive to thrive in faith, embodying gospel principles in every facet of daily existence. Guided by its spiritual shepherds, the Church will walk alongside believers in this new era, illuminating paths and offering the compass needed for each soul's sacred voyage. Father Michel will remain a steadfast lighthouse of hope and guidance, his visionary wisdom inspiring those navigating this transformed spiritual landscape. His compassion and dedication to saving souls will ensure believers have access to the resources they need to endure and flourish. Though the battle for souls rages on, the grace of God and the enduring wisdom of the Church will shepherd humanity toward redemption and eternal serenity. This pivotal moment, monumental and transformative, is not the culmination of humanity's spiritual story, but the dawn of a new chapter. It calls us to remain vigilant, to pray without ceasing, and to trust in God's divine plan for the salvation of every soul. Those who heed this call to spiritual readiness will face the future fortified, equipped with the armor of faith and the steady hand of the Church to guide them through the challenges ahead. Though the road may be fraught with peril, the rewards are immeasurable. You will not walk alone. God's infinite mercy and love will accompany you at every turn. Together, as one body of believers, you will emerge stronger, more resolute, and more intimately connected to God than ever before. Your presence and participation in this journey make it all the more powerful. May the collective experiences and teachings of our shared faith continue to uplift and inspire you until we meet again.